Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates. Yesterday we got an explosion of information and gameplay, pretty much showing off every single game mode, weapon, hero and map of the new Battlefront game, which of course means there's a lot to analyze, and in this video I wanted to take a look at those parts I thought was most important, which is the changes from the beta, the new heroes and the new game modes. So let's get right into it. First off, we have a couple of changes to the heroes from the beta. The first thing is a very needed change that I'm extremely happy about, which is the fact that heroes will no longer degenerate health over time, but they also remove the ability to gain back health from killing enemies. I think this is for the better, and most people actually requested this after the beta. I personally wouldn't have minded if they kept the vampiric effect, but I guess that could possibly make them a bit too overpowered, as it could mean that you could technically play the heroes forever. Another change I spotted in the gameplay is that it seems like you won't have unlimited blocking in the full game, a bit like in the old games. As you can see right here, there's a bar that goes down when Vader blocks the shots, but it also goes back up pretty fast. I think that's a good mechanic, as you won't just be able to camp a corner and tank like 10 enemies for a minute. It means you have to move around a bit and use your other abilities as well. Moving on, we have a much needed change to the blaster cannon, as you can see in this cinematic. It will now have a shield attached to it, which will hopefully make it a bit better than in the beta. Now you'll actually be protected and won't just get sniped in the head as soon as you enter the turret. Lastly, it also looks like they changed the color of the star cards to black, something that I think looks a lot better than white and yellow, especially on the Hoth maps. I'm not sure if this is permanent or if it's something you can actually choose yourself in the options. Next up, we have the 4 heroes that we haven't yet seen gameplay of. Let's start off with Han Solo. We can see him running through a bunker on Endor and eventually killing off multiple stormtroopers with ease. Some people claim that this looked way too overpowered, but if you look carefully, he actually popped his rapid fire ability that lets him fire as fast as you can click the mouse and also without a chance of overheating the weapon, which is why he so easily took out those stormtroopers. Moving on, he also uses his shoulder charge to kill off 2 more stormtroopers and then finishes it by loading up his lucky shot and taking out the speeder bike. Boba Fett, probably one of my favorite gameplay clips so far. Not much to explain here, you can see him using his blaster, flamethrower, rocket and jetpack, and it all looks really amazing. This map showcased in the background also shows off some cool environments of what looks like moisture farms or just underground tunnels and houses, so it won't just be barren Tatooine deserts, but we will actually get some verticality as well. Next up, we have the Emperor himself, who can be seen in a short clip on Sullust. He uses his classic corkscrew force dash from the episode 3 to quickly get in behind the rebels, after which he unleashes his special ability, the Chain Lightning, to instantly take out all 4 rebels. As you might know, this is one of his special abilities, and his normal Force Lightning won't be as powerful as his Chain Lightning, at least not as wide. It might still one-shot the rebels, but it will probably not be able to take out 4 rebels at once. Lastly, we have Leia, and we get a very good glimpse of all her abilities in this clip. First off, she runs in and puts down her enhanced squad shield to protect her teammates from the shooting stormtroopers. And then you can also see her using the supply drop to put down a power-up in the shield. Lastly, she pops her Trooper Bane, which allows her to one-shot most enemies, and this combined with the fact that her enhanced squad shield lets her shoot out of it means that she can easily kill off all the stormtroopers instantly from inside the squad shield, which is very powerful. Now let's move over to some game modes we haven't seen in action before. First off, we have the Heroes vs Villains, which is a pretty straightforward game mode, as I've explained before. Simply kill off all the enemy heroes or villains and your team will win that round. As you can see, all the heroes are displayed on the top of the screen and also gives you an indication of if they're alive or not. I can imagine some pretty epic clashes occurring in this game mode. The other game mode available is Hero Hunt, which we also get a glimpse of. Han just stands like a retard on that hill and tanks all the damage, but the interesting part is seeing the player get the last hit on Han Solo and then gets to spawn in as Leia. The video cuts a bit weirdly, so I'm not sure if you actually got the chance to choose hero or if it's randomized. But keep an eye on the top of the screen, it seems like the main goal is simply to get as many kills as possible, which was what I speculated before. We also get a first glimpse of Supremacy, and by the looks of it, it seems like this is simply a linear game mode where you either defend or push the enemy base, and then you need to have more teammates than enemies inside the capture zone until that area is captured. And when it's captured, it says push forward on the screen, after which the next capture point will soon be activated. Cargo is the next game mode they showed off, and in this video we get to see a full rebel journey from stealing the cargo at the enemy's base to capturing at his own base. And we can see that it's also a very small map, something that to me looks really exciting, as I hate when you have to run for minutes with the flags in some other capture the flag game modes. As you might know, this game mode is made for 6 vs 6 matches, which is also why the map is so small. They also showed off droid run. This looks like we kind of expected it to do. The gonk droids needs to be captured, and after they have been captured, you simply need to hold them for a little while so it gets claimed for your team. According to the website, the end goal is to cap all 3 droids. I think that sounds pretty hard considering that it means you need to divide your team and defend all 3 droids at the same time. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this actually plays out. Lastly, we can see Blast. This is, as I said before, just a team deathmatch, so nothing really new to see game mode wise, but we do get a cool glimpse of the homing rocket, a rocket that actually locks onto enemy infantry. I can tell you guys that this rocket is a lot of fun to use. Well, that wraps up this video. There is just so much content to take in, and I just wanted to quickly talk about each one of the important parts in this video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite clip was and what you're most excited to play when the game is out. I will see you guys soon again, and as always, may the force be with you.